Oh,
All right. So let me know when everyone's ready.
I am ready.
All right.
Good to go.
I'm good.
All right.
Can you guys see me?
You see a
No.
black screen, kind of like a void.
Huh.
Do you want to be seen?
Oh, I don't care either way.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to. I can't. I've got a symbol that says. No, that says turn camera off. So I don't know
You
why
might
you're
go
not.
to settings up at the top.
Yeah,
At the
go
very
to
top of the
settings
screen.
and switch your webcam.
Uh-huh. Okay, settings.
You see that camera?
Yeah.
Switch it to your webcam.
Yeah, it says Cyberlink webcam splitter.
Oh.
Is that your only option?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Huh, weird.
Is your webcam plugged in?
No,
So sorry not to sound like silly.
it's on a lap. It's built into the laptop. So.
Oh, okay. So that might be a bit different.
There might be a little check mark that says allow to use.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you using Google Chrome or what are you using, Michael? Oh, sorry, Moto.
Yeah, I'm in Internet Explorer. Or no, I'm on Firefox actually. Maybe that's why it's not
Okay.
working.
Okay.
That could be part of it.
I was about to say, one way to fix the issue is unplugging your webcam and plug it back in.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because
Just rip the screen off the laptop base, and that should just fix the problem.
no,
Yeah.
no, don't do that. I learned that the
I'm
hard way.
gonna try a different laptop.
I wonder how many laptops he has.
Well, I'm gonna try to use my wife.
Fair enough. No.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna use my kids.
Can somebody send the link to the message to the Facebook messaging?
Sure, but I can send that to your Moto Facebook page.
Okay. Sounds good.
It'll be from a random guy named Ian Thorpe. Hope that's okay.
Yeah, you might get a couple of those.
There you go. Sent that to your Facebook page.
All right.
Trying a sandwich in my book bag.
Moto glass.
I'll save for later.
All right.
Okay, Moto's class. I'm sorry. The email address is Moto's class.
Right back.
Nice.
No, I want to roll out pretty shortly. Yeah.
Where is it now? No, I touched it. I didn't. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
So, can somebody? You said you sent it on my page.
Your Moto Glass page. Sent the message to you that way.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Here, let me try it one more time. Let's see here.
Excuse me.
I can send money, apparently. Let's see here.
Oh, there it is. I'm sorry.
Nope, no worries.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. I just make sure this is set up, and then I gotta head out. Alrighty, guys. Well, unfortunately, I have to head out.
Okay, I think I'm coming back up now.
Just,
Oh, awesome. All right.
just do the whole thing on your phone.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Alrighty, and I'll catch you later.
Yeah, I'll get you guys later.
Later.
Did he just drop out? Oh, there he goes.
There we go.
Hello.
All right. All right. Well, good meeting you, Moto. Unfortunately, my schedule doesn't allow me. Unfortunately, I made stupid things. But I'll be heading out, and these guys will take care of you.
Okay, thank you, Ian.
Yeah, you guys have a good night.
All right, you too.
You too.
Night. Alright. So this would be my actual first internet interview. Hope I do well.
You'll be fine.
Well, the last time I did an interview was at Fandom Fest, and I screwed up.
Oh.
Alright.
Okay, so is everyone all settled in and whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hey guys, I'm the Philosopher, host of this Intercast, and I am joined by my co-host, Tyler the Video Game Hunter. How's it going?
I'm doing great.
All right. And today we have another special guest. We have Moto of Moto Glass. He is a very talented person who has some very cool artwork. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
All right. And so, if you guys don't know, I'd like you to, if you can just give a brief or a explanation as to what you do.
Sure thing. So about a year ago, I had the opportunity to buy some equipment to start sandblast etching glass. And I started out with the arcade and pinball community doing arcade marquees and pinball toppers. And at first I was just doing the glass, and then I did frames and LED strip lights. And then around Father's Day, somebody asked me to do a pint glass for Father's Day. And since Father's Day, I've done 400 pint glasses and about 4 dozen shot glasses. And I have orders for glass beer mugs, stemless wine glasses, regular wine glasses. And I would say probably I've done a couple hundred different designs now. And I don't charge extra for custom work, and I give discounts for more than one piece, and I do mix and match. So if somebody wanted 6 different glasses and 6 different designs, no extra for that either.
So are you able to tell us about the process of how it actually works?
Sure. The funny thing is that the actual etching of the glass is probably the fastest part of the whole process. The process starts with somebody either supplies me with a picture, and it can be almost any format, but if it's black and white and a vector file, it works better because I have a program called Surecuts that hooks up to my cutter, and my cutter looks like a plotter, but instead of a print head, it has a little blade, and it the conversion software will basically take any work or any artwork and turn it into line art. And I provide that to each of my customers as an art concept so that they can approve it. I always want the customer to want what they're going to get, obviously. And once I do that, I do the conversion, but often I have to take the actual file into like Paint or Photoshop and actually fix it pixel by pixel or color region by color region, because it'll have a lot of small round pieces that I don't want to blast, or it's not the big enough piece. So once that's done, of course, then I can put it through the cutter, and I use a sign vinyl. Basically, if you looked at somebody's sign and you can see that it had vinyl to do the logo and the numbers and the letters and all that type of stuff, that's a 3 mil vinyl. And I take that and put it through the cutter, kind of like paper in a plotter, and the blade goes around and cuts it out per the design. Then I take that and cut it down to the size of the glass that I'm going to be doing. Then I take basically what is like masking tape, but it's not really sticky, and I put that over the front of the actual vinyl. So then when I take the piece off the back, so now it's all sticky, I can lay that sticky piece down and then just lay the glass on top, pressure the vinyl up on it. And the reason that we use the masking tape is so that I won't get bubbles, because if I didn't have that masking tape, it's really hard to lay that vinyl cleanly. Once the vinyl is on the glass, then I have to weed it, and that's the process of taking out every little piece that is where I'm going to actually etch. And that can take, I don't know, 30 minutes per glass. It just depends on the complexity of it. When it's just a really standard logo, like let's say the Atari logo, that one's not that tough. But a new one that I just did last night, I don't know if you can see it or not.
Oh,
Yeah.
Predator.
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, and what I did was I had the design, and I put that in there, and then I actually found the Predator logo name and put that on it. And it may be hard to see, but on the Predator logo name, there's actually, it's like little dashes, like it's melting away or something. And I was able to actually get that in the process. The cutter actually did the job I needed it to. So basically every single space where it's etched, that is where I had to take out pieces of vinyl. And as you can see, there's lots of little pieces that were left and lots of little pieces that were taken out. And as an example of something that's even a little bit more complex, can you see that one? This one's Bridge City Paddle Club.
Yeah.
And look at the little teeny tiny lines for the bridge.
Jeez, that's crazy.
So then once I've weeded the glass, then I seal the rest of the glass, because I don't want what I call ghosting. If you have an unsealed piece of the glass and the sand per se, actually what I use is, it looks like black sand and it's actually coal slag, and it's just crunched up to look like sand. So if that hits a portion of the glass that I don't have the design on, it will put this like kind of ghost kind of cloud effect. And I can use that effect sometimes, but I don't want it anywhere on the glass, other than on the design. And then I take the glass, once it's all sealed and weeded, and I put it in my blast cabinet, and it's reminiscent of the Homer Simpson's job at the nuclear plant, where you have to put your hands into gloves, and then you have a little clear plastic viewing area, and then the glass is inside there, and then I'm going to turn on my air compressor, and there's a gun inside there that I'm going to grip with the plastic glove with my hand in it, and the air's coming in there, and it has a little siphon tube that goes down into the sand, and it pulls the sand up, and the pressure throws that sand, and basically each piece of sand as it hits the glass chips away a little teeny tiny piece. And so that's what the actual
Nice.
etching is. It's the glass has been chipped at, and depending on how long you do it is how deep it'll go. Now, and that's one of the reasons that I like the sandblast process, because it actually bites into the glass. When you hold one of these glasses and you put your finger across it, you can actually feel that it's cut into the glass. Versus a laser etch or a chemical etch, those are very thin layer. And then, like I said, the actual blasting process is probably the quickest part. And then after that, I have to take all the vinyl off, and all those little pieces stick on there really good. So I have to put it in like really hot water, and then clean the glass by hand after that. So kind of a long process, but having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I saw a few pictures on there that really caught my eye. The biggest one would have to be the Tron one. I love Tron. I'm guessing you're probably a bigger fan of Tron than I am, but that kind of leads into my question of, you said you started with the arcade and pinball community. Does that mean like you're also into like that sort of thing, like arcades, pinball? You're a fellow nerd as well.
Yes, I am. I have one pinball game. It's the Flash Gordon from 1980, and it's the old classic Bally game. No multi-ball. Just I have it set to 3 balls instead of 5, and it still kicks my butt when I play it. I know how to play it. It's my machine, and it still kicks my butt sometimes. And then I also have several arcades, full-size classic arcades. I have a full-size Asteroids.
Oh, Asteroids!
Yeah, I know, and I'm working on a glass for Asteroids now, a pint glass. I have a sit-down cocktail Centipede,
Nice.
and I have a new one actually. It's called Gravitrex, and it's a vector game similar to Asteroids, but it's actually a game that was just developed, and it's a tough little game. But what's interesting about the arcade and pinball community and my Centipede cocktail specifically, the sit-down game, was where I got the idea for all of this. Like 2 years ago, I was at a convention called ZapCon, which is an arcade and pinball show in Phoenix, and I had just moved, and when the movers moved my Centipede, I didn't blame them, because it was packaged really good with blankets and shrink wrapped, and there was nothing on top of it, nothing around it, and the only thing I can think of is here in Arizona, in the housing developments, every once in a while there's a little culvert where the water's supposed to go, because it's not really built to take water, and I think they went over it and sideways, and it just bounced and sheared the tempered glass. And so while I was at ZapCon, I went and talked to a guy that orders pinball glass, and I gave him the dimensions for the arcade glass that I needed, and I was walking around and I was looking at some of his glass, because he had some beveled glass on a pinball, and I was thinking, man, it'd be really cool on that bevel around the glass to put, some kind of filigree or little characters or something, something that wouldn't detract from the game but would enhance the machine. And then I just had the, I could have had a V8 moment where it's like, hey, I've got this cocktail, I'm getting new glass, and it would be really cool to etch the actual Centipede on it, and the Centipede name, and some mushrooms, and all that kind of thing. And so I asked a couple arcade and pinball buddies if that would be something they might be interested in, and they were. and actually a local arcade called Starfighters Arcade in Mesa, Arizona. They've been one of my biggest customers. They've ordered several flat pieces of glass and a whole bunch of logo glasses and pint glasses, and so it's just kind of taken off from there. Of course, the ironic thing is, it's taken off so much that I haven't really done that piece for myself. I haven't had time.
Well, that's kind of a good problem to have, hopefully.
Yeah.
Did you have any questions, Tyler? I didn't want to hog them all to myself.
No. I'm trying to think of some, but pretty much every question I had, he pretty much answered.
Yeah, he like read our minds.
Like right off the bat, he already answered. I was like, all right. So, have you had any glass break during any of your process?
Oh yes, I've had glass break. So I've only been doing the pint glasses or drinking glasses since Father's Day. So from November of last year to Father's Day, I have broken probably flat glass pieces at least a dozen and a half. And things have happened as simple as I'm working on the frame, I put the glass in the frame to make sure it fits, then I set it aside, and I go to get the screwdriver where I'm going to screw the corners of the frame, and I lift it up and it tips into the glass, and the glass breaks.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a piece completely done, and then I go to take off the vinyl, and I don't keep it flat enough, and I pressure it a little bit too hard, going too fast or at the wrong angle, and it snaps it in half.
Dang.
And I had one piece where I was at a show. I had all these pieces in frames up on shelves, and I was taking them down because I figured, I'm going to take all my stuff down every night, because if somebody bumps into one of these displays, there goes half my stock. So I was taking all the pieces down. I was actually on the last piece, and when I picked it up, it was loose in the frame, but I didn't know that, and it kind of shifted, and it freaked me out. And so I lifted my knee up like, oh, it's going to fall. I'm going to try to catch it. And instead of like catching it, it just hit my knee and just broke.
That's terrible.
I found that I would get really upset, and I would have these big tirades of swearing. And my wife did not like that, and I upset my dogs. So I've decided that if I break a piece of glass, so be it. And I've only broken, it's funny, I've only broken one pint glass in the process, and I did that the other night. It was one that was actually all done, and I had the other two that were going to go with the order, and I grabbed all three of them, and I had just taken the vinyl off the other two, and once you take the vinyl off before it's cleaned, you have all this dust, and it's really slippery. And the one that was finished, my dusty hand didn't grip it, and it fell, and it bounced a couple times, and then it broke.
Oh, it's fine. Aww.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite piece that you've done so far, like one that you just absolutely love?
I think that the centipede one that I did a centipede, an actual pint glass for centipede, and on one side it had the centipede logo, just said centipede, and the other one it had this, like a relief of like the head and the part and a couple of the arms.
I'm actually looking at it.
yeah, that's I think my favorite, because that was probably, at the time, that was the most complex one that I had done. And that was when I learned that I actually could shrink really large designs down to the small size. So it felt good that I knew that I could do that, and I also just love Centipede. It's just one of my favorite games.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that you played like a lot of arcade games, but like what other games kind of helped inspire you to get into this sort of line of work?
So some of the other games that I've done, and I will say this, all the Bally and Williams machine ones I have only made for my personal use. Because I did get a cease and desist.
Oh wow.
Oh, those are the worst. I read so many things about CND.
In reference to that, I did one for my Flash Gordon. One of the games that I played when it first came out that I really like is the original Black Knight, and then of course Centipede, and the one I'm gonna do, I haven't done the glass yet, but one of my favorite machines is Stand Up Spy Hunter.
Ooh.
Oh,
at Starfighters, I actually have the high score on the machine. I'm just like this far away from hitting 1,000,000 points, and I don't know if you know on that game, but you only get an extra car at 30,000, 60,000, 90,000, and 120,000. And that's it. After that, you don't get any more free cars. And that game probably took about 2 hours to play.
to hit 1,000,000
Yeah.
on one quarter?
Yeah, 1/4.
That's intense right there.
That's intense. I can barely pass like 5 or 10 minutes on an arcade machine.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive actually. So
that is one of my favorite machines. That's the next one I want to get.
you gotta let us know if you get that. Yeah, put some pictures online. I'll be very, very jealous of you. So how did you? I mean, I understand the sandblasting process, but do you have like an art background? Because I'm looking at some of your work. I mean, it's very well done. It's not all very simple. It's actually, I don't know if you take the pictures from online or like what. Like,
a lot of them I do take as well. The one thing I've found is the arcade and pinball collectors. They want the logos or the pictures or the names or whatever it is to be exactly the same. They're very specific that they want it that way. And right now, for anything for Bally and Williams, I can't do that. I would have to actually hand draw something completely new. In light of that, I'll go ahead and announce it here. I am planning to do a Kickstarter so that I can do licensing, not only for Bally and Williams, but for several other companies that eventually I probably will be contacted from. But to answer your question, I don't. I've always had an artistic bent, where over the last I don't know, many years, I have tried different things. I like creating things. I've made a few skateboards by hand. But I make things differently. So, like for instance, the skateboards that I've made, instead of being a whole bunch of thin layers sandwiched together, I actually cut pieces that are 1/4 and 1/2 inch wide, and then glue them together this way. So it kind of is like the process of doing a cutting board, but it's a really big 5-foot cutting board. And I also use exotic woods like cocobolo, bloodwood, ebony, mahogany, and so it's a real heavy board, just for slalom.
Where do you live?
I've also been interested in the steampunk genre and making things for that. So, but this is the one that's finally taken off. When I actually bought the equipment, my wife was like, "Oh, great. He's going to play with it for a couple weeks, and then it's just going to sit in the garage." But here we are, 1 year later.
Yeah, that's really impressive. I mean, and it seems like you're doing well in the short span of 2 years now.
No, I've only been creating this glass for 1 year.
1 year. Oh wow. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
And I see you've gone to a couple of conventions. I saw the Game On Expo. Have you been anywhere else so far?
Recently went to Portland Retro Gaming Expo in Portland, Oregon. That one was a couple weeks ago, and You know, it's just an awful thing to say, but I sold almost all my stock there.
Oh, jeez.
Oh wait,
I
how's
took
that awful?
I
Isn't that a
know.
good thing?
That's this little thing called sarcasm, Tyler.
Oh.
I took eight dozen pint glasses up there, and
Wow.
only two broke, which was great. And I sold 6 dozen glasses, and so I only brought 2 dozen back. So I basically have no stock right now. So I'm trying to rebuild now.
Obviously, you said didn't want to do any work, but now you have work. Okay.
Yes.
And are you doing this full time right now, or is this kind of like a part time thing where it's slowly
This is
taking off?
Yeah, it's a hobby business right now. You know, I still have the real job, and I would love to be able to do this full time, but I do. My real job is IT finance, so very dry compared to this, not very artistic per se. So
Yeah.
this is really my outlet for the artistic, and it has grown, though, not just that I'm doing more business, but that I can't keep up with the orders. When on those 96 glasses that I took up to Portland, 71 of them, I had an artist friend actually weed the glasses because I didn't have time. And so this friend of mine, Ray, he's a phenomenal artist. Does these 12-inch handmade figures, like for Lord of the Rings and historical figures, and he has such a great eye for detail that he was the perfect person to help me with doing the weeding, because it's very meticulous work. But that's an example of how much it's grown. Is that I did 25 of the glasses and he did 71. I etched all of them, but I just ran out of time.
Right. That's really cool. I recently went to my very first anime convention, and so I saw a lot of people who are selling their work, and it's just like you have to have so much respect for these people who sit there and they create all these things and do all this work, and, yeah, and it's cool to see the reception that they get from all the people that go in there. What you got
I was
there?
gonna show you one of Ray's figures. Can you see
Whoa.
that?
Oh, that's freaky. No, now I'm seeing
And
sus.
he's holding a skull, and the
Okay.
thing's all bloody, and it's I mean, the amount of detail on it is just unbelievable.
It looks something that belongs into a Rob Zombie film.
Yeah. And the thing is, he's a young guy, and I've been collecting his stuff for 2 years now, and I look at the stuff that I got 2 years ago, and he's better. He just gets better every year. So that's what I hope for, to get better every year.
All right. Yeah. On that note, the last question I guess I have time for, sadly, is do you? I mean, I know you're still growing and whatnot, but I love seeing people in the transitional phase. But do you have any advice for someone who kind of wants to do something that you're doing, even as a side project? Some sort of advice that you would give that person, or things that you've learned along the way.
Well, the one interesting thing that I found about this whole sandblast etching process is I really didn't find a lot of information out there about how to do it. I didn't get called by the secret society of sandblasters and given the secret handshake and then the nod of, we're going to disseminate this knowledge to you. So my advice to anybody would be, if you have an interest in something and you can't really find out how to do it, just go, and by trial and error you will find out what works, what's not time consuming, what doesn't kill your product, what people will like. And I guess that's the best advice I can give somebody, is just go try. It's for me, it's a hobby business. So and realistically, if I was paying myself minimum wage, I wouldn't be making any money. But the thing is, I'm just having a lot of fun.
All right, that was very good advice, sir. Yeah, that's the best you can definitely offer someone. That's very good. Thank you, sir. And I guess the last thing is where can they find you? Where can they check out your work? Where can they buy your goods?
So I'm pretty much right now just on Facebook, and I'm on Facebook under Moto, M-O-T-O, space glass. And you can reach me there through the instant messaging or private messaging. I also have a small shop on Etsy. If people don't know what Etsy is, it's etsy.com. And basically everything on Etsy is handmade. It's stuff to make handmade things, and there's a few old, like, antique things. And under Etsy, I'm under Nexus Mill, so Nexusmill. And right now, I just have the Phoenix Comic Con Blue Ribbon Army fan group glass up there. I need to do more postings. But most of my ordering I do through Facebook, and I'm actually starting to get reorders from people that have actually done orders. So that's kind of a good thing to see.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate you coming onto the show. This half an hour has blown by. Hopefully maybe in the future we can talk to you again, and thank you again for joining the show.
All right. Well, thank you very much for having me.
No problem. And for all you listeners, we'll have all his links in the show notes down below. Again, I'm the Philosopher, and that was my co-host, Tyler, the Video Game Hunter. Definitely check out this video on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of our interviews. Hit that like button if you like this interview and you want to talk to him. Definitely reach out to him, talk to him, look at his artwork. It's very, very cool. He has different kinds of things, like he has like an Autobots logo on top of a Chevy logo, which is really cool. Just all kinds of cool stuff. But as always, I'm the Philosopher. Check us out on theconsoleexplosion.com, and I will see you in the next one.
All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.